And we welcome you inside of Loving Good Arena on the campus of McEachern High School. It is the final game of the 2023 Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic. Joel Hilsman alongside Russ Triaga. It is Grayson. It is McEachern. Coach, in the season opener, two heavyweights in the state of Georgia right out the gate.
Yeah, and hey, thanks, coaches. Thanks for scheduling this, for playing each other now. I mean, I think it's of great value to both teams. They're going to know in about an hour and 40 minutes here where they are, or more importantly, where they aren't.
Elite competition for both of these squads, and as I mentioned, it is the season opener for both, so both come in with 0-0 records. McEachern in their own gymnasium. They're the home team. They will be in the white. And Grayson, the road team, they will be in the green tops, green bottoms, and they've got gold numbers and white trimming. And the Indians of McEachern will start it off with Ace Bailey. As you take a look at Gicarri Harris, it's littered with top level recruits and a lot of college coaches on the baseline.
Yeah, there's a few down there.
Yeah, just a few.
Good to be working with you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Good to be working with you as well. Glad to be back here with you. The SUV TV. Ace and Jacob Wilkins will tip it off on the nightcap of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic. Tip one, Amir Taylor gets it. Back out to C.J. Highland working on the wing, and he'll come back and set it up. Remember, 35-second shot clock. And something I cannot wait to talk about with Coach Triaga, the new foul rules. 5 is the bonus, and it's 2 shots. No more 1-and-1 in a high school game. Taylor working with 15 on the clock. Harris, 3. Yes. A 3 off the left wing from Gicarri Harris.
Right off the back, Grayson isolates on the ball side, pushes it, get a little handoff there, get their best player an open look, and it's 3 up.
Nash works and gets it over. They'll work it above the perimeter, and a foul call, offensive foul.
So when you see McEachern play offense, they're going to come with that 1-4 high set, and you got to stay disciplined. You got to stay in your defensive stance, and you got to cut guys off going laterally. If Grayson can do that, they can keep the ball on the perimeter, and they should have a pretty good handle on their defensive board.
Harris catches it, comes off a little Iverson cut. 3 is off the mark. No in the rebound now to the Rutgers commit and Ace Bailey. Spins it up ahead. McQueen going to go baseline. Took contact. Taylor floor to the ceiling and out of bounds. No call.
Yeah, nice job by Taylor to stay straight up and down right there. He got to a spot and just elevated. Took the contact right in the chest.
Bonds into Bailey. Bailey on the elbow. Will step back between the rings and pull. The 3. It's off the mark. No good. Hustle down. Good board work by Onarabi. Left side. Oh, got caught in the air. Here's Bailey. Long striding step. Turning in the lane. And will get hit with a traveling violation.
So I think early on, Grayson's comfortable with Taylor saying if Bailey wants to step out that far, we're just going to put a hand up or we're going to keep him out there. We're going to live with that as opposed to him down on the block.
C.J. Highland, the Western Carolina commit, crossing the timeline now. Gets a screen from Wilkins, pops it back to Wilkins. Wilkins left of the lane, going up, no. Rebound to Bailey. Outlet quickly up ahead to Bonds. McQueen, turn, jumper, back iron, no. Harris on the glass. In transition, Harris up the left side. They'll top it and get it back to Highland, and they'll work it. Highland bounces it, good cut underneath. Wilkins got caught in the air. Taylor up, no, and a foul call.
So right off the bat, you can see Grayson moving the ball, sharing the ball, but you got to believe early in the season, this Wilkins has to step in and get comfortable early. We can't wait until December and January. He's got to do it right away and assert himself so that the other guys can get comfortable with all that he brings, which is a lot.
Taylor first free throw is good, but you bring out a point, though, that I like early in the early possession here, the ball movement and player movement offensively for Grayson.
Yeah, and I know this is something that Coach Pierce wants because he's got a lot of complementary players. So a lot of guys who can score. It's just got to be the right shot at the right time, and they'll be comfortable with whoever's shooting the ball.
5-0 for Grayson out the gate. We come up on 2 minutes gone by here in this first quarter. Nash now gives it and gets it back. Nash left of the lane, driving on Highland. Went up with the right hand on the left side. No. Board. Bailey. Nash. Escape dribble. Back out. Christian Curl. A 3. Yes. Christian Curl off the bench and into the scorebook with a 3 ball. Here's Highland. Highland turns on the Jets. Got it blocked at the rim. Wilkins recovers and dunks. Jacob Wilkins bailing out C.J. Highland there.
That's what he brings to the table right there. He just got teed up.
He got a technical
for dunking the basketball.
Wow. Do you realize you only get 4 during the year? It's almost like the Giannis Antetokounmpo the other night. Where was the – no, that's not taunting. I'm sorry. That's emotion. That's basketball. Free throw by Ace Bailey is good. He'll have one more.
Yeah, you can hear Coach Pierce over here. He's having a conversation with the referee. The referee's saying he can't talk like that, so he must have directed something at him. Coach Pierce is saying, what did he say? And I'm saying to you, do they realize that you only get 4 of those now?
You only get 4.
That just doesn't need to be called there. I'm sorry.
Nope. Poor decision on that technical foul call. Nash will come across the timeline. Gets the screen. They go double high screen, and here's Nash. Nash gets fouled by C.J. Highland, who got banged up on the play.
So this is what I'm talking about, is that 1-4 high set. You have got to be able to move laterally and not let them turn the corner. When they turn the corner, they start going downhill. There's no help because there's 4 high.
Also remember the technical foul, the personal foul, steal. Highland chased it down but was unable to have control. Bynes back into the front court. Bynes fakes, pulls, 3, in and out, no. Wilkins on the glass. Wilkins will give it off, and here is Gicarri Harris downhill, knocked away. Active hands defensively right now I'm seeing from McEachern defensively.
Good. McEachern is very active, especially once the ball starts going downhill. Grayson's just got to be strong, be firm with it, continue to attack the rim at the end. In the end, you're going to get free throws out of that kind of stuff.
Little hand fighting between Curl and Harris. Harris below the foul line, picked up the dribble, and he'll get hit with a traveling violation. McEachern Indians at home, head coach Tremaine Archam. And, of course, for Grayson, the head coach is Joffrey Pierce. Pierce is laying onto the officials early as we come up on 5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter of the final game of the Georgia Elite Tip-Off Classic. Nash, delayed dribble. That was a carry there. Goes through the lane, kicks it back out. Bynes, topside 3, off. No. Taylor, good board work. And now here comes Highland.
Taylor's been rock solid early on the defensive end.
Austin, 3. Yes. Anthony Austin, a 3. He's an X factor, Russ, for this Grayson squad. And I think as the game goes and as the season goes, you're going to see his timely buckets add up.
I'm familiar with him. I know where he grew up. I'm familiar with him. Good player. Fits nicely to what Grayson does offensively. Scores points without taking a ton of shots. And again, that's where Grayson's got to get better this year. That's where they got to get better. They got to be more efficient on offense. Cut down the turnovers, share the shots a little bit better, and it's okay to have 3-4 guys with double-figure shot attempts in a game. It will serve them better in the long run because they have so many ways they can score.
Taking a look inside of both huddles during the timeout. The timeout is charged to McEachern. Remember, each team gets 5 timeouts, 3 fulls and 2 30s. 4:40 to go, 10-5. They didn't change the scoreboard, so I got to remember Grayson is now Wheeler on the scoreboard.
I didn't even notice that, but now I'm going to look at it all night. So we'll see what McEachern comes out with here out of this timeout, this possession, and see if they seem to be able to turn the corner. They seem to be able to get down the hill. Bailey needs a touch here, probably. See what they do with it. Yeah, the referee's just telling us. We just announced it to everybody listening.
That it threw me off for just a half second.
I know. It's everything I could do to not tell him. I can't believe you called that technical foul.
There you go. I will agree with that all the way.
Switching the name from Wheeler to Grayson. Coach Pierce just kind of let me know what he thought about that stoppage. I hope nobody heard that.
I know either. We do apologize if you do. McEachern in possession now. 4:34. They'll get the team's name corrected in a moment. Turn, short corner jump. He does that well.
Yeah, Grayson came out of the timeout in a 2-3 zone. First time they've shown that.
Nadozi Muraba. C.J. Highland driving and scoring.
You might be making a mistake there picking him up full court throughout the course of the game.
Yes. Here's Bailey. Bailey comes back out. This is a game, though, got a mismatch. Bailey is being worked on by Highland. Paul knocked away by Wilkins. Bailey recovered. Nash goes baseline. Harris cut that off. Back out to Bynes. Bynes now going to drive all the way right hand, left side. Got the roll. Good move. That was good defense, better offense.
Yeah, that's a good finish right there. He got down there, stayed firm with 2 hands, got it up above the rim, and just was strong enough to finish it.
12-9 ball game. Take it, turning, fading Highland, and got hit and will go to the free throw line, C.J. Highland.
So early on, doesn't look like McEachern really has much of an answer for Highland. They want to be physical with him. They want to get into his body, but he likes that. He wants that. He wants you up on him. He wants to get that step on you and create not only for himself but his teammates.
Good look there at C.J. Highland. Free throw is good for Highland. Western Carolina commit. That staff, I saw them over the summer, just really excited about the upside that they feel with C.J. once they get him on the collegiate campus.
Yeah, I think he's a guy who definitely has big upside. He's going to become a good college player because he fits the college game.
Free throws are good from Highland. Pushes the lead out now to 5 at 14-9. Halfway gone, a little more than in this first quarter. Nash works, good screen action. Isaiah Dulaney has checked into the ball game. Bailey drives off to Dulaney, kicks it around the horn, he'll swing it. Moise is also into the ball game. Bailey turning, fading baseline, no, board. Ahmad Clark on the glass, and here comes Gicarri Harris. Harris to Highland. Highland whips it over. Alston, one way and the other now, holds it, bounces low, tried to feed it in. Good reach by Moise to knock it out of bounds.
So down the other end, best possession of the game for Grayson, kind of opened up with the old school wheel, curl cuts off the elbow. Got the ball moving. That was a good look for him. Grayson, I'm very impressed with the way Grayson's moved the ball early in the game.
Here is Taylor. Taylor working on the block. Got fouled. Drew the double and the foul came. Moise, Curl, Nash, Bailey, and Dulaney, the 5 on the floor for McEachern. It will be baseline out of bounds. Highland will be the trigger. Highland looks and gets it in Amir Taylor. Taylor just a junior. Gicarri Harris working between the rings. They're trying to ISO now. He's going to show his front game. Going to go on the attack. Taylor, no. Follow, yes. I like that he stuck and stayed with it, and that play was for him on design, a little baby isolation.
Yeah, and once they move the ball from side to side, they can get it down to him. And McEachern seems comfortable standing behind him. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that for the whole game.
Curl has it, worked on by Harris. Curl now. Here's Bailey, jab stepping. Bailey pulls a 3. No. Rebound. Moise underneath. Moise bounces it back out. Good movement to the corner. Curl 3. No. And Highland flies in and gets the board. Highland running the break in transition. Highland now going to spin secondary action. Back. Here is Harris. Good ball movement. Austin corner 3. Kaboom. The ball movement there. The hockey assist to Highland, and Harris already knew where he wanted to go with it. And it's a 19-9, 10-point lead for the Grayson Rams.
Grayson looks like a different team to me. They look like a team that's changed the way they do things on offense.
Curl, baseline, back out, Dulaney. Defense was there. That's a double dribble. They didn't call it. Dulaney shot, no. Rebound, bounce out of bounds, and will go to the Grayson Rams. They look very cohesive right now.
They look like a team that these guys have spent a lot of time together. And it's everybody. It's not one. It's not two. Everybody's touching the ball on all these possessions.
Here is Harris now worked on in the backcourt by Jay Nash.
It's a foul.
Harris gets by him, going to go to the hoop. Headed to a foul call. Let's see, will it be on Ace Bailey? He went up to swat that thing out of there. Let's see who the foul will be on. Now they're going to call it on Dulaney. Isaiah Dulaney, the junior at 6'6", with the foul call. And now here is Gicarri Harris at the free throw line. Multiple Division I offers for Gicarri Harris.
Yeah, his pick, right?
Yep, pretty much. Free throw, Harris in and out and no good.
I think McEachern needs to be careful here in this last 140. They don't want this to get any further away and put him in chase mode. I just don't think Grayson's the team you want to be chasing, especially early in the year.
Concur. Ace Bailey with only 2 points, both of them in the technical foul shots. And Gicarri Harris splits the free throws. He's 1 of 2, and it pushes it out now to an 11-point lead. We come up on a minute and a half. Steal. Austin, the defense we were talking about. To Wilkins, the pass was a little late. They chased it into the corner, and it was saved, and here comes McEachern with it with Nash. Nash hesitates, going to drive in. Lost it. Nash all kind of control and a turnover. Clark has it, gets it back to Harris. Harris down low, inside the catch, back out. They'll come back. That's Laz Mason who has checked into the ball game now for the Grayson Rams, number 2 in green. Harris, top side, lean in, tried to draw the foul. Poor decision there. Shot is off and out of bounds.
Down here on the other end, that last transition that Grayson had, that's all about ball defense. They're on the ball. There's nothing that McEachern can get accomplished. They're just next pass is going away from the basket. As the pass goes away from the basket, jump in the passing lane. They're long, they're athletic.
Under a minute in this first quarter. Bailey on the drive. They shut it off. Back out. Nash, a long three. It is off. Rebound. Narosi inside, but he threw it away. Here's Laz Mason. Mason will have it. Mason up on the left side. They could get a 2-for-1 here if they go. They're going to work it and be patient now with Harris. Double high screen action from Wilkins and Clark. Flash out by Moist defensively. And a foul call, a little too aggressive.
So here's my first complaint. We got a foul 45 feet from the basket. He's going to go shoot 2 shots, 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Never before is that the norm. You normally are not in the bonus with 23 to go in the first quarter. There's the rule change. I hate it. Can't stand it.
I love it.
5th foul, 23 seconds.
I love it. Why are you fouling 45 feet from the hoop?
Well, I didn't say it was a smart play. I'm just saying the penalty doesn't fit the crime.
Time score situation. You got to know that.
I didn't say it was a good play. I said the penalty doesn't fit the crime. Now Grayson missed the free throw, but hey, if Bailey doesn't get a bucket here, they're going to go to the end of the first quarter. He's got 2 points, and they're on a dead ball. He's got nothing else on offense.
21-9. Final possession possibly. On the drive, going in, Bynes floats it up. No, McEachern field goal percentage is not good in this first quarter. Final 10 seconds, Highland across the timeline and operates for the Grayson Rams. Taylor to come out, give him a high. Pulls a long three. C.J. Highland a triple. And at the end of the first quarter, it is the Grayson Rams 24 and the McEachern Indians 9. You're watching the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic, the SUVTV.com.
Hi, I'm Dominique Wilkins, and welcome to my backyard and CBA Sports. At CBA Sports, we create family fun and a lifetime of memories. From our custom-built court systems, putting greens, synthetic lawn, to complete outdoor living spaces. From a single court to your own backyard fantasy, we can do any or all to accommodate your yard, your budget, and your lifestyle. As president of CBA Sports, I invite you to stop by our design center where you can see and play on all our products. I hope to see you soon.
We get ready to start the second quarter here on SUVTV's continuing coverage of the Georgia Elite Tip-Off Classic. McEachern in possession. They trailed 24-9, a 15-point deficit. Coach Triaga, what now do you think is important for McEachern here in the early moments of the second quarter?
Well, Grayson has definitely kept him off balance offensively. They've mixed in this zone a little bit, which has helped him. But you know what the biggest part of it is? Grayson is cleaning every defensive rebound. It's one contested shot, and not only are they owning the defensive end, it's rebound and go. Their transition game. Grayson's almost playing too good for November.
Nash will be the trigger for the Indians of McEachern. Bounces it in, stolen. Taylor ripped it away. Taylor showing the versatility in the open floor. Highland catches in the corner, waits now, gives it off to Harris. They will set it up with plenty of time on the shot clock, 28. Mason now back to Highland. Bynes comes out defensively on Highland. Now they'll run their operation. Bangs it to the left, and now here is Harris. Feeds it in to Taylor. Taylor back to the basket. Has the mismatch. Goes in. Foul. No shot. They're going to say it was on the floor. Foul going to be called on the floor.
So you can see Grayson right away going what most people would call big guard. So they get Harris on the same side as Taylor. And when he sets that down screen, they got to get out there and guard him. You can't back off and help on the post because Harris will make that shot. So just good use of personnel there for Grayson.
Inbound, back out, good hustle, but Taylor has it and will come into the front court with it. Took the bump. Taylor all the way to the hoop and scored. You want to see the versatility of the big man putting it on the floor. There it is.
He's been impressive early on.
26-9. McEachern struggling offensively. Here's Bailey jumping, leaning in, counting, and the foul, Ace Bailey.
9 minutes in, took 9 minutes for him to get his first bucket. He's going to get his. He's super talented, and he's a good finisher around the rim. But to get into the second quarter, you've built a little lead here. You can see Bailey kind of grabbing at his shorts. He knows he's got to work really hard to get what he wants, but he's going to have to carry McEachern if they want to get back in this.
Yeah, he will have to be a very, very vital part of it most of the way. Completes the three-point play. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Highland up ahead now to Mason, who catches in the corner. Whips the ball back out to Highland. Highland one way and the other, now pulls it back. Good defense there from Nadozie. Nadozie showing his versatility. Highland whips it to Mason. 18 on the shot clock. Clark catches. Clark moves in, fell down, traveling violation.
We're about 10 minutes into the game, and honestly, Grayson has taken one bad shot. Just Harris leaning in, trying to get that foul call. That's the only bad shot they're taking. We're in November. We haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet.
Anthony Alston checks back into the ball game, and Laz Mason has a seat. Here is Nash. Jay Nash between the rings, worked on by Highland. Gets the screen from Bailey. Nash goes in, nothing there inside. They fight for it. Nadozie scores. The dirty work points from Nadozie Oyerimba. 26-14, so a nice little start here for the McEachern Indians, 5-0 run. Highland stops. Oh, C.J. Highland blew it off the window. Clark got the board. They blocked it from behind and out of bounds. Ahmad Clark, who got that board right there, was unable to play last year at Grayson. During the summer, and I know it was just a summer, he made a name for himself. So we see he got vital minutes right there coming off of the bench as he now takes a seat. Jacob Wilkins back in the ballgame. Catch, Harris, 3. Yes, Gicarri Harris, a triple. He has 8. That's his second triple of the day.
Nice set out of the inbound. Got an open look for your best player. Can't ask for much more than that.
Curl has it, now bounces it over to Ace. Ace turns, shoots, good. Ace Bailey first, jumper for Bailey.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get the mid-range whenever he wants because Grayson's decided to guard him with a smaller player, which I think is probably a good idea.
He just was able to turn and shoot over Alston right there. Wilkins puts it on the floor, stops, turns. Jumper is off the mark. No, it's tipped, and Dulaney gets the board. Isaiah Dulaney now will push it into the middle. Dulaney downhill. Dulaney going to drive, get it out, and a blocking foul call. Wilkins was there for the swat. McEachern a season ago, 23-7 last year, and they lost in the Elite 8 in Class 7A. Grayson a year ago, 24-6, and they lost in the semifinals. Both of these teams lost to Wheeler in the playoffs to end their season.
Yeah, a lot of teams could say that over the last half a dozen years, right?
Very true. Wheeler did eventually go on to win the Class 7A state championship in the state of Georgia. Taking a look at Coach Tree, as they call him. Third season now, entering his third season here at McEachern.
Looks like McEachern's kind of found themselves offensively here in this last 4 or 5 possessions, kind of getting better looks, getting more comfortable, being able to start to score on consecutive possessions. Grayson needs to respond to it. Maybe a little bit more. Gicarri Harris here, the ball down to Taylor. All that's been effective early on.
Earl Brown has checked into the ballgame, replacing C.J. Highland. Second free throw from Dulaney is good, his first points of the contest. And it's a 29-18, 11-point Grayson lead. Here is Taylor, catch. Taylor gonna go on Nadozie. Nadozie will not back down despite the height differential. Left hand, Taylor up, and a foul. Good aggressive defense there, though, not backing down.
Yeah, I think Taylor needs to understand that once he gets him back down, It's just one move and go to the rim. He's so big. He's so physical. It's hard to defend him without fouling him.
Mm-hmm. And just a junior.
Yeah, and much improved from where he was last year at this time.
Taking a good look at him at the free throw line. Free throw on the way from Taylor. It is off the mark and no good. Taylor coming in at 6'8" and a junior. Naduzzi will go out, and John McQueen will check back in. A reminder, don't forget the 2023 Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, November 18th, 20th, and 21st, right here on SUV TV. Second free throw, no good. So Taylor misses them both. Here's Delaney. Delaney on the drive, up with the right hand, and no. So Delaney, the last couple of possessions for us, has gone downhill and gotten to the free throw line.
Yeah, and again, now this is where Grayson's got to be careful that they built the lead and they don't just decide to start trading baskets, because made shots are not a given. They got to continue to play with that defensive intensity, spread out, get deflections, make things hard on McEachern.
Delaney missed the free throw.
I think I've seen more missed free throws in the last 3 games than I'll probably see all year. But of course, I've seen a lot more since we had the rule change.
I knew it was coming. I just allowed you to go ahead and roll with it. It's got to mirror the next levels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we played 12-minute quarters then.
I'm for it.
No, I'm not.
Amir Taylor shows the range and a 3. 32-19. Amir Taylor showing off all of the game. Corner, Delaney. Cut off by Taylor. Inside, they get it to McQueen. McQueen pivoting, floats up. Nope, a traveling violation on John McQueen. To get back to Amir Taylor, though, Coach, we've seen him go coast to coast and score. We've seen him step out. We've seen him go with the left hand. We've seen him work the block with the right.
It just looks very comfortable out there. You know, comfortable in all parts of the game.
Brown has it, trapped in that corner, and Coach Joffrey Pearson yelling a timeout. And it will be a 30-second timeout, I believe. Yes.
While we're on the topic of rule changes, the move the ball out to the 28-foot is almost as bad as the foul. The end of the game down here, Wheeler had the ball that was going to come in at the corner, and Coach Thompson had the option to move it out to the 28-foot line, so that he could inbound it and use the entire court, even though the ball went out of bounds on the end line.
Here's the course. The option.
He what?
It's an option, so he chose the better option.
Why does he have an option?
It's just like getting a rebound and calling timeout and being able to advance the ball to half court. That's the next one that's coming. I know you're not going to like it.
Oh, it's too much. That's why, you know, because we're in Georgia, so you know. Well, I better not say that the football guys make the basketball rules, but they do.
Knocked away, but that's an NFHS rule now. Steal.
Okay.
Clark goes in, took contact, and scored. Ahmad Clark, his first points off of the bench. 34-19, halfway gone, second quarter. Bailey to the foul line, pulls the jump bottom. Oh, that was just sweet and fluid and silky smooth from Ace Bailey.
He has found his comfort zone. He's so skilled.
Man, yes he is. Harris now whips it to the corner. Brown gonna drive, and it's just taken out of the air by Ace Bailey. He didn't block it, he caught it. Up ahead, McQueen, back to Bailey, took the ball, and almost had an and one. Can I get an instant replay? He did not block it, he caught it, and started to break it. Will go to the free throw line. Arius Ace Bailey. And the crowd rises on that one.
Crowd rises, I almost rose. And then to run the floor like he does and get it back.
Knew it, the give and the go. Bailey free throw off the mark. We'll have one more coming.
He didn't even celebrate or anything. He just grabbed it, got it out, and took off. Impressive.
Split the free throws. 34-22, but the crowd now pumps some life in the Loving Good Arena. C.J. Highland down the lane, finger roll up and score. Highland using the blazing speed and get to the rim for 2. Curl has it worked on now, swinging to McQueen. McQueen now gives it off. A whistle down low, where's the foul? Away from the ball. Foul called on Anthony Alston. And that will be in the bonus now.
2 shots.
2 shots.
No more one-on-one. You get 2 shots for holding on the end line.
36-22. It's going to help you defensively, Coach. If you, a coach of your nature would adjust just fine because you make that importance of defense even more important.
You know what I might do, honestly, in this scenario? I might play zone the first 2 minutes of every quarter and then be able to play as aggressive as I want for the last 6 minutes, knowing that I get to start over in the next quarter.
Your fouls reset each quarter. I remember when I sent you the message and you wanted no parts of it. Here is Harris in the corner. Open 3, Austin, no. Rebound, Taylor underneath, back up. Couldn't get the layup. Tipped again, fought for it. Taylor's got the board again. Back to Highland, left wing, 3. Hill of the rim, no. Rebound, Taylor again. Taylor, corner, Austin, gonna attack on the baseline. Whipped it back out. Gicarri, a 3, off. No, Highland tip. Rebound finally comes down. Curl has it down to Nash. Jay Nash running in the binds. Binds left side 3. It's no good. Highland rebounds out of the guard spot. Grayson racking up offensive rebounds there and winning 50-50 balls. Highland bounces it to Austin. Austin now popped to the top to Harris. Harris on a nice little cut to Austin. Austin pull jumper, got the roll.
Nice screen there by Taylor after cleaning up the offensive boards on the last possession. Steps up and sets a nice little screen at the elbow.
Bailey back this way, stops, baseline. Yeah, man. Ace Bailey.
Nothing you can do about that.
Here's Highland, took the bump. Highland stepped in, put it up with the right hand. No, it rolled off. Rebound now to Nash. Nash in transition in the middle. Nash all the way and got
Taylor needs a rest. Taylor needs a rest. He is gassed.
But the last minute and a half has done it to him. Foul called on Gicarri Harris. Look at Bailey on the step back. It's beautiful. Nothing but nylon.
Yeah.
So comfortable and confident.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Another guy from Georgia. I think Bailey's probably a better player. Robinson from went to North Carolina.
Brandon Robinson.
Brandon Robinson. Same kind of game.
Okay.
But maybe a little bit better.
Okay. Good comparison. Brandon Robinson out of Douglas County. 38-27. Under 2 minutes now in this first half. C.J. Highland comes across. He'll be picked up by Bailey. He swings it over to Mason, who's checked back in. Corner to Austin. Austin whips it across to Highland.
McEachern's gone 1-2-2 here. Yep. They've gone 1-2-2 and started out with Bailey on top. Now they've switched out, but they're still in that flat 3-2. Grayson needs to attack at the elbow and then go from there. They got it where they want it.
On the floor, Taylor still comes away with it and scores. So McEachern gets the 50-50 ball, but then Taylor steals and lays it in. McQueen lost the handle momentarily. Here's Bynes. Bynes gonna go on Taylor. Took a bump. That's a traveling violation. Bynes with the travel and a turnover. Coach Tree walking up and down his bench telling the guys something.
Now he's telling them to stay with it. He's telling them to stay in the game. He's telling them to keep grinding. They got to keep playing defense when they're not scoring. They're not scoring consistently. That's where their deficit is.
40-27 as we come up on a minute to go. 13-point advantage. Largest lead was 15. Here is Mason whipped to the corner to Austin. Being patient, 18 on the shot clock.
Get that ball below the foul line. You can skip it. You can skip it out of there. You can skip it.
Shot clock at 8. Highland below the foul line. Puts it up. Floater. No. Tip. Rebound underneath. Clark. Yes. Offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity. And Mark Clark has 4 points. And the lead now is 15, tying the largest. McQueen steps into a 3. It's good. John McQueen. Highland. Final 20 seconds. Hands. Nash. Highland. Highland just crossed him up. Highland to the hoop. Up. No, and he'll go to the free throw line. C.J. Highland. The quickness of young C.J. Highland.
how comfortable is that for Coach Pierce and for Grayson when they get down to end of quarters to know that they can put the ball in his hands and he's either going to get something or create something. Here, when he makes this move, he has another pass here, right there. He could drop it off. I mean, you'll take that because you got free throws, but, I mean, what a luxury it is to have a guy like that who can finish quarters.
And I know a lot was wanting to see how he and Nash matched up, and right now he had the better of Nash right there and will be going to the free throw line. He's 2 of 2 from the line today. 9 points in the contest total for C.J. Highland. Free throw was no good. In that semifinal game against Wheeler, there was a point where Highland cramped up and he missed about 5 to 7 minutes of the game. And that's when the game kind of changed because he was in so much control of the game and had them in good control. And they still were close, but I think those were important minutes with him not on the floor.
Yeah, Wheeler's perimeter was so good last year.
Nash at the horn, no. We are at the end of the first half, and it is a 43-30 Grayson lead on McEachern here on SUV TV. And a look at Ace Bailey as Coach Tree and his staff will go to the locker room and try to work out something for the second half. 43-30, Grayson leading McEachern. You're watching the Great Elite Tip-Off Classic on SUV TV.
Hi, I'm Dominique Wilkins, and welcome to my backyard and CBA Sports. At CBA Sports, we create family fun and a lifetime of memories. From our custom-built court systems, putting greens, synthetic lawn, to complete outdoor living spaces. From a single court to your own backyard fantasy, we can do any or all to accommodate your yard, your budget, and your lifestyle. As president of CBA Sports, I invite you to stop by our design center where you can see and play on all our products. I hope to see you soon.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Tamara Brown with SUV TV at the CP3 Rising Stars Camp.
SUV TV's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUV TV.
SUV TV brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUV TV, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality, nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member that lives in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUV TV has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think is always interesting.
Down.
Oh, yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Game time. Davian Williamson
at the buzzer.
That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining us.
My name is Diedrich Hadiaki Hajawara Thomas. I'm the CEO of Hadiaki, a fashion house designing garments for notable clients in the sports and entertainment industry. My studio is built around a lifestyle, built around an experience. If you were to think of Maison Hadiaki, you would think of a fashion house that exists in Paris. So it's something that you have to come and really see with your own eyes. Some of my most notable clients that I've worked with over the years include Samuel L. Jackson, Urban Magic Johnson, Steve Smith, Paul Millsap, Steve Harvey, Mo Williams, Clifford Tip Harris, just to name a few.
I've known Diedrich for maybe 4 years now. The same amount of time I've been getting my custom bespoke garments from Hadiaki. I don't think you can get much better than that.
Like that? Here at Hadiaki, it's a different experience for each client. We really focus on the individuality of the client. So the first thing we do is actually go through a consultation with the client to really understand, their needs, their wants, their desires. After they go through that process, we end up with something that parallels their aspirations. So how you feel, man?
It's done smooth, man.
We're actually really, able to take them through the process of accomplishing that goal. And it's just unique to them.
The new GMC Sierra, premium and capable. That's professional grade.
Court Wars! Yeah! Live! Turn up is the event that fully engages your students and will have them teed up for the rest of the year. To keep it a buck even during COVID, our virtual platform was more litty than when some people come to campus. Whoops, that was shade. So now that we back on the yard, it ain't no switching up. And if the beat live, we're giving you that same high energy, in-your-face experience with more ways to win money.
Guaranteed cash extravaganza.
You gotta pull up because you never know who's gonna be in the building. Court Wars Live is hands down the best event you will ever bring to campus. Question is the answer.
Welcome you back inside Loving Good Arena on the campus of McEachern High School as we get ready for the second half. 43-30, Grayson with the lead over McEachern. Joel Hilsman, Russ Triaga with you. Okay, Coach Triaga, 13-point hole for McEachern. And they used to always say the first 3 minutes of the third quarter were important. What does McEachern need to do and establish early in this third quarter?
So McEachern goes back into the locker room and says, we took their best punch. Like, that's as good as they can play, and we're right in it. We're down 13. We can still play our game. We got Bailey going. And Grayson's just the opposite. They're over there going, hey, we've played really well, and they're still here. We haven't been able to knock them out. We haven't been able to put them away. So when you talk about those first 3 minutes, that's what it's about. Like, who wins the first 3 minutes? Does it go to 19? Does it go back to 7? Does it stay right where it is? Like, somebody's got to leverage the beginning of this third quarter and make a move and make the other team adjust. Grayson gets it to start, see what they got coming out for a first set, and see if McEachern's going to do anything different. They went to a little 1-2-2 down there towards the end of the second quarter. Looks like they're matched up, going to play man-to-man here.
McEachern, a positive second quarter, 21 points after being held to 9 in the first quarter. Ace Bailey leading them in scoring with 13, 11 of those coming in the second quarter. Grayson in possession. They are in the green with the gold numbers and white trim, and McEachern is in the white with the gold numbers and the blue trim. Glad that you're with us.
That was a missed call right there. That ball was off Grayson. I would have thrown the challenge flag.
Oh, really?
That was clearly off Grayson. The referee just didn't have a good look at it.
Amir Taylor with 11 in that first half to lead Grayson, and C.J. Highland had 10. Gicarri Harris had 8. Gicarri Harris gets the rebound. Here's Anthony Alston lifting a 3. It's off, no good. Rebound comes back out. Jacob Wilkins, by the way, only had 2. It was an emphatic dunk, too, but also picked up the technical foul.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that at the beginning of the game. It's going to take him a little time, but you want that you want him to get through that kind of beginning period as quick as possible. His skill set is so difficult to deal with at this level.
Somebody just came out of the shoe. That was Amir Taylor came out of the shoe. Here is Harris. Harris goes. Taylor not even going to pick up his shoe. Bailey with a steal and a slam dunk on the break. Ace Bailey. He has 15 in the contest now. Amir got his shoe and got it back on. Crowd waiting on Ace Bailey now, 43-32, and we got new names on the scoreboard. Highland lost it, a turnover. Up ahead, here's Ace with a dunk on the break, and they've got it going out and running with the Ace Bailey. And Grayson calls a timeout 1 minute and 4 seconds into it, and Coach Joffrey Pierce is looking like, why are we not protecting the basketball?
He's having a little conversation with Harris coming over to the bench.
Yes.
Ill-advised pass across the court. Again, Grayson's got to get down on the end line, and you can't let Bailey defend out on the perimeter. If he's guarding you, you got to get down on the end line, play the short corner, play the wide corner. You just don't want his length up there on the perimeter. Just makes things so much more difficult.
That's a beautiful dunk. Ace Bailey coming right into your mobile device. And then here's the second one here. 2 back-to-back ferocious dunks on the break for Arias Ace Bailey.
Good start for McEachern to start the third quarter, obviously. But more importantly, they both came off of defense.
Yes. Grayson called that full timeout. It's now 43-34. Inside of 10, a 9-point ball game. It has not been inside of double digits in a long while. And now all of a sudden the lights just went out in the gymnasium. Ace Bailey done dunked the lights off. And now the lights are back on. Did somebody fall and hit the button or something?
Somebody just being silly, I think. Although.
Well, back to action. Here's Highland. Highland comes across the timeline. Highland will work it. There it is to Harris. Harris going to go worked on by Nash. Lost it out of bounds and a turnover. So Gicarri coming out of the timeout with a turnover. Coach Joffrey Pierce is not pleased with that at all.
3 consecutive turnovers for Grayson their first 3 possessions.
Yes, and 2 of them have been scored on. Will they get a bucket on this one? Here is Nash. Nash around the screen. Nash going to stop, whips it back to Ace. Worked on by Austin. One dribble, pull up, fading. Ace, it's no good. Rebound ripped off by Taylor. Taylor has it, whips it out now, and here comes Highland. Highland up into the corner. Wilkins, a three. No, board Bailey. McEachern trying to draw closer. Bailey steps into a three. It's off the mark and no good. Chased down by McQueen. John McQueen will lift the corner three. Badly missed off the side of the backboard. Bailey with the rebound. Whips it to McQueen. Fancy and a turnover out of bounds. Devin Moise will check into the ball game now. And he will get John McQueen.
Grayson's got to come with something here. Now he's going 4 high, so this is a set Grayson likes to run. This is going to be that double across the foul line.
2 minutes gone by. Inside to Taylor. Taylor up, left hand, no, and a foul. So first 2 minutes of this third quarter, Grayson has not scored, but Amir Taylor will be going to the free throw line.
So good. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Taylor was 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half.
Yeah, good set there. You wanted to get him the ball. You wanted to get him someplace where he can just catch it and go right to the rim. They want that double high, and they just pinched it, and he just rolls. They're going to go away from him, and he drop it in there to him. It's old, probably past your time. It's old Denny Crum Louisville play. It's what that is.
Past my time now. I remember Denny Crum. Don't get me started on Louisville in that red jacket now. Come on. Free throw is good, so he split them. 44-34. It is a 10-point ball game, and here is Nash. Gets the screen, and that's going to be an offensive foul, yeah. Offensive foul called on McEachern. Nadozie, Oyerinba, hit with the foul. Here comes Christian Curl checking into the ball game, taking for Nadozie. Curl in that first half quality minutes. He hit a 3 ball very early. Highland now will come across the timeline. He's worked on by Curl. Here is Harris. Harris inside to Taylor. Oh, beautiful feed. Patient, running the offensive concepts. Everybody's on the same team, and Amir Taylor doing work. Nash back counted, and the foul. Jay Nash, his first field goal. The hoop in the harm. He'll go and try to get the 3-point play.
Back here on the Grayson end, when they seal and they move the ball away, you're going to have to bring backside help. They're going to bring all 4 up, and you can't go for that false motion on this backside. You got to come stay down in the lane and take that pass away or make a play on it in the air. The other end now, McEachern is being able to get to the rim, and that was the Achilles for Grayson last year. Is you could get to the rim on him and they would foul.
Jay Nash completes the 3-point play. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and he has 5 points. Corner 3, Austin good. Right back at you. Anthony Austin, that's his 3rd triple of the day. Nash in the corner. Dulaney walked out of bounds. He walked up out of here, and a turnover. 49-37. So now we come up. We've gone 3 minutes, Coach, in this third quarter. And they've closed it to 12. They had it down to 9. Corner. Here's a 3 from Wilkins. Good. Jacob Wilkins, a triple out of the corner.
Back-to-back, Grayson's back up to that 15-point lead.
Just like that. Nash back in. No. Board ripped off. And that's Highland, that's Laz Mason. Mason out of the guard spot, working and getting the glass. Extra pass. Corner 3. Austin, no. Taylor fought for the board. Got it. And they'll reset it. Harris lifts 3. No, couldn't get the roll. Harris rebound, driving in, and got fouled, and they'll go to the basket. So right now, Grayson showing some arm distance. It was down to 9. They pushed it back to 15, and now Gicarri Harris will be going to the free throw line.
So the thing for Grayson here is they withstood the run. We're right back to where we were pretty much to start the second half, and we've killed 4 minutes of the third quarter. McEachern's going to want to talk it over.
Yep. McEachern will call that timeout, and it is a full timeout. Kings and Gents Accessories. Being a gentleman is allowed. Be a king. Visit www.thekingandgents.com. 53-37, 4:31. We say it was a run. It was a quick 2 loud dunks from Ace Bailey. And now all of a sudden Grayson reacting with the long ball. Anthony Austin hit his 3rd triple. He has now 11 points. You take a look inside of that Grayson huddle, and Amir Taylor had the big bucket there as well.
So for Grayson, now they got to regroup, refocus on what they're doing offensively, and continue to attack in the manner they did in the first half.
Gicarri Harris will have one more free throw coming up. He is 3 of 5 from the free throw line before this attempt coming up.
And McEachern on the other end, they're going to have to find some other people to step up and start making some shots.
Taking a look at that McEachern bench. Here is now Gicarri Harris back at the free throw line. Good. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Push the lead now to 54-37. A 17-point lead, largest of the game now. Curl to Moise. Moise lifts a 3. It's good. Devin Moise, his first field goal.
A play out of their set offense. They probably do that every day in practice. Grayson should know to take that away or at least contest that.
Mason to Austin. Worked on by Dulaney. Harris on a cut to Mason. Mason turned. Curl was there defensively. I don't think Laz knew how open he was on that cut. Shot clock at 15. Here is Harris. Harris leaning in, puts it up right hand. No. Board comes off, and Jay Nash has it. Nash going to come in transition. Poked away from behind, and a foul called on Harris. I don't know about that one.
It's the third, I believe, on Harris, is it not?
That is Gicarri's third foul, yes. And here comes C.J. Highland off of the bench. And he is coming in for Gicarri Harris, although I don't think that was a foul. I think that was a good back tap.
Was a good back tap, good hustle to get back in the play. Ill-advised shot down here at the other end. And Gicarri's got to know that that shot's not there for him at the college level.
Hand off to Curl. Curl whips it back. Dulaney down the lane, right hand. Yes, Isaiah Dulaney. Dulaney has played very aggressive and attacking. I like what I'm seeing from him. That's his first field goal. 3 or 4 from the free throw line. Highland has it. Now here is Mason. Mason whips it to Taylor. Taylor spinning. They double. He puts it on the floor, was patient with it, and Austin saved it. The Mason, no, is out of bounds. A litany of offers, as I mentioned, options from the Division I level for Amir Taylor, and that will only continue to grow. He has a strong season this year. He will be highly sought after entering his senior season.
Yeah, I think for him it's going to be about best fit. He's got to find the right fit for what he does.
Zone defense now from the Grayson Rams. Here is Curl to Nash. Corner, Bailey stepped out of bounds. And now Ahmad Clark comes in, and Jacob Wilkins will take a seat. Jacob Wilkins announced he's going to Georgia, even though he's just a junior. Went ahead and committed to Georgia. It came down to Georgia and Virginia for Jacob Wilkins.
That's a good choice.
Here's Highland. Highland directing the traffic, worked on by Curl, and that's going to be a foul on Ahmad Clark.
Yeah, Ahmad Clark just kind of got caught in between. He's just got to hold his spot there and realize I'm not going to be able to get every screen. That one wasn't going to happen, and he just kind of leaned into it. Easy call.
Nash splits and hits to the corner. 3, open, no, board, Austin. Austin to Highland. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Grayson in control. They have led from the very beginning. Highland, jumper, no. Got his own board, and it was rejected by Bailey. Up ahead, Nash pushing. Here's Jay Nash. Nash stop, pop a shot, short. Bailey tipped the rebound over to Moise, and it's knocked away and now stolen by Mason. Mason's got Highland with him. Mason all the way left hand, no. Rebound, Highland, blocked from behind. Bonds up ahead to Nash. Nash, alley, no! Ace Bailey banged on him with an alley-oop. He cut it backwards, and they call a technical foul. I don't care. Oh my God, Ace Bailey. Woo! Terrible technical foul call again, but my God almighty. Gee, it was the same ref called both bad technicals. Yeah, the same one. It wasn't you. We know who called it.
I'm not saying anything.
Jeez, let's enjoy this replay.
Oh my gosh. Hello. As good as the dunk was, the pass was just as good.
Exactly. Wonderful pass by Nash.
Do we need a technical foul
No,
on that?
we do not need a technical foul. That is.
He didn't point. He didn't do it. He just yelled.
He's yelling at him, man.
Did he taunt him? Did he taunt him?
No. That's raw emotion in the game. He must be what's the official the other night? They must be kindred spirits or something. Foul on Moyes. Jeez. That's the best alley I've seen in a while.
Yeah, quite some time. I didn't think it was going to happen when he threw it. Thought it was just going to get deflected out of bounds, but my goodness.
Special. 56-44, still a 12-point game and still work for McEachern to do. But are you not entertained by that? 145. Harris, free throw, no good. Now Grayson beginning to rack up misses at the free throw line.
Yeah, I sense they're like over here on the bench. I just sense they're a little uncomfortable right now. They're kind of they're being given a little of what they were given in the first half, and they've got a double-digit lead, but still there's a sense of uncomfortableness.
Yes. But the ball game is not over, and then a part of being a top team is finishing ball game. Nash, three, no. Rebound, Bonds. Bonds kicked it back out. Dulaney goes right hand up, no, and a traveling violation call. And the Grayson bench talked the ref into that one. 1:31 to go, but it was a travel. It was a half a beat late on the call.
So we got a couple possessions left in the quarter. If Grayson gets a stoppage going to the last possession, I would expect Taylor to come back in. He's been so effective on offense.
Harris drives up right hand, no. Rebound ripped off. Corner, three is open, no. Short by Mason. Harris, rebound, bump, off the window and scores. Gicarri Harris.
He needed that one.
Yes, he did. 59-44. Bailey catches. Bailey puts it up off the window and scores. Ace Bailey. Two-for-one action right now if they decide to go for it, but they may not. Under 30 on the shot clock. 50 on the game clock. Difference of about 3 ball. Good. Dulaney, no, they're going to say it's a 2. Foot was on the line. 6-second difference now on the clock. Swings it. Nash splits it, lost it, whips it back out. 3, curl. Heel of the rim, no. Mason with the rebound. They can hold for the final shot. The Grayson Rams can as they come into the front court. Season opener for both, and it's been all Grayson so far. Largest lead with 17. Here is Harris working now the final 10 seconds. Harris goes to makes his move one way and the other. Stop. Leans in at the horn. No. So we go to the fourth and final frame. Grayson with a 61-46 lead. You're watching Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic on SUV TV.
This is it. Tomorrow, we're in our new home.
Hope makes it happen. With tailored mortgage solutions, Hope Credit Union makes homeownership happen for Deep South neighbors like you. Brighter futures begin with Hope.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Back inside Loving Good Arena. Joel Hilsman and Russ Triaga. We start the fourth quarter. McEachern in possession. They are all in the white. White tops, white bottoms with gold numbering, the Vegas gold, and blue trim. Inside, Bailey scores. Got it from Jay Nash. Ace Bailey. He has 23 in the contest now. Grayson, 23. 11 in that second quarter, had 8 in that third quarter. And 2 free throws in the first, and now that due to open up this fourth and final frame. Alston driving and scoring. Anthony Alston.
So what Grayson needs to remember here is the goal is to win the game. It's not like how many points you win by is irrelevant. They need to make sure they take care of the ball. They're plus 15 with a little over 7 minutes left. They probably only need another 12 points.
Drive laid by Jay Nash. They've consistently kept it between 12 and 17.
Well, that's the balanced scoring. You're going to have a hard time coming back on a team that has balance.
Yeah. McEachern, the closest they got it was 9, 43-34 when they started with the run, and now Highland is fouled. And now here comes Amir Taylor and Gicarri Harris back in.
Yeah, and Coach Pierce really rolled the dice there in the last 2 minutes of that quarter. He brought Harris back in with 3 fouls. Not only bring him in with 3 fouls, he guarded Bailey for the last 2 minutes of the quarter.
McQueen is in. John McQueen replacing Bynes. Here's Taylor at the catch. Between the rings. It's poked away, goes into the backcourt, but now that will be backcourt because it went out where Ace got on the floor and dove, and it's taken away by Harris. I got a question for you when we get a break. Highland says, let's be easy with it. 6.5 to go. I'll ask it now. Have you ever seen a player of his prowess and his ability and still diving on the floor?
I have. It's not the norm, but he's a terrific player. And not only just besides playing, he leads his team. You see during stoppages, he's talking to his teammates. He's communicating with them. He's high quality. He's a step in and play right away guy.
We've seen Grayson run that play multiple times. I called it an Iverson. It's not truly an Iverson. It's a variation of it. And Harris was able to get to the free throw line and draw the free throw, the foul, and makes it.
It's really an old set out of the old Jim Herrick 1-4 high offense, and he would run any number of players off the top of it and force you to react. And what he really does is he forces you to step off on the backside, and then he can get ball reversal.
65-50. Here is Bailey. Bailey has it. Now going to turn. Ace whips it to the corner. Here's McQueen. McQueen elbow jumper. It is good. John McQueen, his second field goal of the contest. He has 5.
And I think as the season goes on, you're going to see McQueen be a double-figure scorer.
Count it! And the foul! C.J. Highland and 1.
Now, what do they call that? High and soft. Turn the corner and get it up on the board, high and soft. Not a lot of high school kids can finish that.
Nope, cannot. The way he contorts his body, and he knew the contact was coming, and a little, what Bill Raftery say? A little kiss. A little kiss off the window.
High and soft.
Living right as he gets a roll on free throw. Largest lead of the game now. No, it's not. 68-52 at 16. 17 was the largest. McQueen in the corner. No. McQueen going to turn, come across the lane, left to right. It's no good. Rebound on the floor and picked up. Here is Nash. Nash, corner, 3, no. Board, and Bailey's going to get hit with the foul.
But I can tell you something that I saw right there that lets me know that Grayson is ready to take the next step. Harris was involved in about 3 different on-ball scenarios right there. All 3 times had the presence to not foul, to just keep playing.
Ace Bailey and 1.
That's almost a bucket every time he touches it now.
I thought they were going to call that on Ace Bailey. They called a foul on Amar Clark, and there's Bailey finishing with the left hand. I want to echo something you said about John McQueen. played for Roy Wells for a little while at Langston Hughes. Yes, but by the end of the year, you're going to look up and he's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13 points a game.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. When you know you have a guy who can get 30, you know you need a couple other guys that have to be just proficient enough that they have to be guarded, and he's definitely that.
Highland pulls it back out. Stops, going to pull. Jumper, a three, it's no good. Ace Bailey rips the rebound down. I think Jay Nash is going to be asked to do that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Grayson needs to come down here and get the ball to Taylor down low here. They're too much perimeter dribble, pull up and shoot. You live by the three, you die by the three in the fourth quarter.
And this is what I meant by now you got to finish the game. You got to learn how to finish the game.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to be patient and make sure Taylor gets a touchdown here on the block.
Dulaney comes out to work on Harris. Swings it now over to Alston, and now here is Highland. Alston on the cut. Beautiful play. We've seen it before. That didn't go. Rebound, Bailey, and Bailey corrals it. Now he'll push it in transition. Up ahead, here's Jay Nash. Nash flying in, right hand good. Jay Nash. The quickness is undeniable of Jay Nash.
Yep, they got it to 11 here in a little over 4 minutes. This next minute and a half will kind of determine how the last 2 minutes play out.
68, 57, 4:24, fourth quarter. Here is Highland now, and Highland going to drive in there and drew the foul. But again, though, we've seen, and you called it back-to-back now, 2 possessions, Taylor did not get a touch.
Yeah, and, well, they looked for him. The possession before that, he couldn't get a steal, but now Bailey's guarding him, so it's a little bit of a different look. But still, I still think they need to get that touchdown there. McEachern's got 14 fouls. You're shooting for the rest of the game. Let him get somebody on his back, get the ball in his hands, and let him just get to the rim. And you know, the other thing about that is you get free throws, you get the stoppage, you can go back and play defense with all 5. Just a lot of going into that game. Coach Pierce has got to really think his way through this game.
C.J. Highland steps up and makes both of the free throws. 70-57, and now Coach Tree comes out. They're going to run a little horn action coming. Let's see how they come off the horn. Bailey spins around. Double comes. He whips the pass. It's deflected. Nash recovers and blew the layup. Harris got the rebound. Outlets it now with under 4 minutes. Highland directing the traffic. 15 points in the contest for Highland. He drives in. No tip. Taylor, no. Rebound comes off now to Bailey. Bailey in transition. Bailey leans in. Count it. And the foul, Ace Bailey, and that is the 4th foul on Gicarri Harris. And Ace just taking the break for a minute.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He just kind of got caught in between, and Bailey coming at him full speed. He just, there's really nothing he could do on that. It was a foul, had to be called. A great player like that finishes that.
Got hit inside on the inner thigh where he's holding it. So now here is Bailey at the free throw line.
Chance to cut it to 10. Close as they've been would be since the first minute of the third quarter.
Yep. And got it to 9. Bailey completes the three-point play. And he's had a lot to do with it. And this is a timeout call. Let's see, will it be a 30 or a full 30-second timeout call for McEachern? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. 16 points in this half for Bailey.
Yeah. So when we talked about it early in the game, like he went through the first quarter without scoring, when McEachern goes back and looks at it, they're going to say we can't do that. We can't go through the first quarter without him getting looks, him getting touches. And he, you know what, it sounds weird, but almost if it's a bad shot every once in a while, he's got to be present in throughout the game. He's that good, and you gotta kind of live with a little of that because he's been dominant. He's been dominant out here in the second half. He's grabbing at his leg like he's, like he maybe banged it a little hard.
He did. That's where if you look at the replay again, Gicarri knee on that foul. He's got 29, by the way.
Yeah, and a lot of times you want a guy like that to play defense, but he's so good on defense, you really don't want to have the ball around him if you don't have to.
True. Harris has it. 3.5 to go. In the nightcap, glad that you have been with us on SUV TV's all-day coverage of the Georgia Elite Tip-Off Classic. Curl with the foul out on Gicarri Harris.
That's free throws.
Yep, for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and they've been there. They've been sitting on that 4 for a while. So, again, Grayson's got to get better at this. They've got to understand that the idea is to win the game, and 3 balls up 13 they're just not neat. I know you have a shot clock, but there's a better shot out there. You can get that 3-point shot with 2 on the shot clock if you want.
11-point game, Gicarri. 17 points now for Gicarri Harris. Push the lead out to 12. McEachern has never led in the ballgame, and it has been Grayson from the very start. Traveling violation from Jay Nash. Gicarri Harris hit a 3 to make it 3-0, and Grayson has not relinquished that lead. 3:05 to go inside Loving Good Arena.
I think it's important that Grayson takes this shot clock under 15 here, short of just like a layup. They need to get the clock moving and take a few possessions out of the game.
Austin. The Wilkins down the lane with the dunk. You said short of a layup.
Well, I'll take that.
Yep.
But it came with some patience.
Drive, lay in for Dulaney. Hey, I like Isaiah Dulaney.
Yeah, he's finished well at the rim. He's been aggressive offensively. You know, again, I think McEachern's one of these teams that's going to be a lot better come February.
Yes.
They're going to improve immensely. They're going to fit into their roles. They're going to learn, if nothing else, they're going to learn how to score and play when Bailey's having an off night. Like, all those things are still to come. It's, gosh, we're so far. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if, you know, come the last 7A game of the year, it's these two teams. Are we in the Macon Coliseum this year?
Yes, we are.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this be, you know, the last game. Both of these teams are going to get better. I think McEachern, because they're not quite as, like Grayson's a team that's, a lot of these guys have been together for a while. I think McEachern's got a little bit more upside, but I think Grayson was just terrific throughout the first half and haven't played quite as well in the second half, but they haven't played poorly by any stretch.
Coach Tree taking a look at him and McEachern. He sent me their schedule. So they've got Grayson today. They've got Kale coming up in the Hawks Naismith Classic. Shiloh, Maynard Jackson, who you've seen today. Wheeler. City of Palms. They got Camden, New Jersey on the schedule.
That'll be interesting.
They go to Bass Pro, which is in St. Louis. They got Hoop Hall in Springfield, Illinois. By the time they hit that, then they have Milton here as well. By the time they hit the end of January and close out with playing region tournament, they will be a vastly different basketball team. Vastly improved as well.
And that's good scheduling right there.
Absolutely. Wonderful schedule. Grayson in possession, and they've got the lead, though. And they've had the lead the whole day as we come up on 2 minutes to go, and Gicarri Harris pops in another triple. 77 points in the contest now. 3 ball. No. Board ripped off by Wilkins. Wilkins has not put up a lot of scoring numbers, but you've seen the intangibles and the upside of his ball game overall.
That last bucket by Gicarri Harris might have been that might have closed it out. You see Wheeler getting ready to, or McEachern getting ready to empty their bench here a little bit.
Yep. Speaking of schedules, as Taylor scores inside, Grayson's is not for play either. McEachern tonight, they've got Woodward Academy, who's very good. They'll be playing in the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic as well. They've got hoops giving against Kale. Sandy Creek, a team that is coming off of a state championship, and Sandy Creek is pretty good. They'll have Osborne, who we've seen here today as well. And one of my favorite events, they've got Hoop Hall as well. 3 is no good. Rebound. Wilkins turning, fading. No. Board by Nash. And they also have the Kevin Durant MLK Classic in D.C. And that's something that Pierce has been doing, going and playing a game in the DMV.
Yeah, I think part of that is that Kevin Durant's his favorite player. Actually, I think that's true. I think it is.
I'm not sure.
I'll ask him.
When they go to Hoop Hall, they'll be playing Perry out of Arizona, by the way.
Okay.
North Broward Prep, they will play them. and their New Year's Classic at Grayson. So very good scheduling overall. They get Dorman out of South Carolina, get to play that in Franklin County, old Jason Shaver's gym.
Wow.
So Grayson gonna go play in Northeast Georgia.
Franklin County, the gym with the most uncomfortable bleachers in the history of the world. Those wooden beautiful gym.
Oh yeah,
Great place.
it's that old school gym. What they call it, a Lions Den?
Yeah.
McEachern dumps the bench. 79-62, game is in hand. Jack Sparks is into the contest. Moist is still in there. Dulaney is in there as well. Emiris Falik also under the floor for the McEachern Indian. Grayson dumps their bench as well. Inside, lay off the mark, no good from Chase Lumpkin. Lumpkin fighting for it, and a jump ball will be called. Quentin Mansfield into the contest now for Grayson, along with Earl Brown, who's back on. And now coming in will be Erwin Dozalnik off of the Grayson bench. Laz Mason is in, and also Nate DeMessi is in. So Grayson, an emphatic wire-to-wire victory over McEachern. Grayson, the top team in Georgia, and just showed you why. And did it fairly convincingly. Held a double-digit lead for the majority of the game. They will get a shot clock violation by a mere tenths of a second.
Yeah, enough to improve on. enough to go back and practice and work on, but still very, very impressive start to finish. Saw some of the dynamic play that they have with Highland, but Ace Bailey's everything everybody says he is. He's a terrific, terrific player, and we'll see him down the road, I'm sure.
Gicarri Harris finished with 20 for Grayson, and Amir Taylor, let's see, 11, 14. He finishes with 16. C.J. Highland finishes with 15. So balanced scoring throughout. Anthony Austin also, let's see, 8, 12, 14. So very balanced scoring for Grayson overall. And Ace Bailey, he finished with a game-high 29. Isaiah Dulaney, he finishes with 9. And Jay Nash, 2, 4, 6, 9 as well. Final score, Grayson 79. McEachern 62. Thank you for joining us on our Georgia Elite Tip-Off Classic coverage on SUV TV. Until next time, be safe, everyone.